Alright, spoopy game is spoopy. Okay, but hey guys, this is Mr. Afroman20. Welcome to a Let's Play. God, it's been so long since I've done one, I've almost forgotten how to do one exactly, but so far I think I'm doing okay. So yeah, this is the 3DS remake of Luigi's Mansion from GameCube. And it was developed by Grezzo Games, not the company that made Dark Moon. I think it was Next Level Games. Grezzo Games, they kind of have a history of remaking older titles to the 3DS. Like, for example, they remade Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask for 3DS. And they also helped develop a Zelda game for the 3DS as well. They were the ones who helped develop Triforce Heroes. The ones that were, that one game where it had multiplayer in it. That's why it had multiplayer in it, because it's Grezzo. They like to make multiplayer games. I don't know. But yeah, which is also kind of funny because this game also has a co-op mode, but we'll talk about that later. So why am I doing another playthrough of this game exactly? It's because this hidden mansion in particular is actually really different. It's like its own. It's like it's completely its own mansion in the sense that it has like more of a challenge. But here's the co-op feature. Play with others via local play. The gallery and training room can also be played via download play, so that means if someone else doesn't have the game, you can still play co-op, just doing some like boss rush. You can do like boss rush mode, and I think the training room too. So I have plans to do co-op in the future. I just have to figure out when I'm gonna do that, but it's Halloween, and I figured we should play this new Hidden Mansion. By the way, this is probably like my third time playing through the Hidden Mansion, and I barely even know enough about it. So, this Hidden Mansion, if you're familiar with the European Hidden Mansion of this game, that Hidden Mansion was more like a challenge mode compared to like the American or Japanese version, because in that version nothing was changed really, other than you had a more powerful vacuum cleaner. Yeah, talk to Toad. And so, with that being said, the Hidden Mansion for PAL, or I guess European, they had a different approach to the Hidden Mansion. So, Hidden Mansion for PAL the mansion was mirrored, essentially, meaning that like the rooms locations would be swapped, kind of. So the door, there would be a door on this side. Instead, it looks like it hasn't been moved. So yeah, this is normal. This is like normal mansion, but a lot harder. But it does have some assets from like the PAL Hidden Mansion, which you'll notice right away when you begin it. Just to play it, like when you begin to play it. So yeah, I guess I'll just start it right here. So this is the parlor room, and we're about to unleash the ghosts. So what essentially Grezzo has done is they've taken the challenging aspect of PAL Hidden Mansion and just added onto it to make it harder. For one thing, I will demonstrate here. Oh, whoops. So ghosts have more health. And I don't get a vacuum upgrade. Oh my god. I hate this freaking ghost sometimes. So yeah, you know, all the ghosts are there, but, like, they just have more health. And yeah, it just makes it more difficult because you don't have the vacuum upgrade, so essentially what they've done is they've given the ghost the handicap, and we've been... and not us. Like, it would have been fine if they gotten a handicap too, just to make it more challenging, but they just decided to add on to that by making this vacuum the same, but also, I don't know. There's certain things that I don't like about the vacuum that they've changed. So yeah, this is pretty much the same from PAL. Yep. I didn't want him to get me there. Gotta collect that money. Oh yeah, by the way, this is going to be an S rank. This is going to be my S rank playthrough, or I'm going to attempt to S rank it. Oh, double. Wow, that was that was completely improvised. So this is gonna be my attempt at S ranking this mansion. So as you know, the mansions are ranked based on how much money you have at the end of when you complete the game. And there's a new rank for this mansion in particular. They just added it just so you collect more money. And the S rank, you have to get 130 million instead of like the 1 million that normal mansion requests. Alright, I wasn't sure if there was like anything in there. So there's still a lot of changes that are just that were just kind of made, and you have to pretty much rediscover. You kind of just have to re-explore the mansion, just so you you know, you have to re-explore the mansion so you can even get all the amount of money. Here's Toad. So I'm gonna explain real quick. Normally there's a Speedy Spirit in this wardrobe, but he's been relocated in this drawer. Oh, Yeah, by the way, there's poison mushrooms everywhere, so just be careful of that. So yeah, Speedy Spirits have... their locations have been changed. So you kind of have to look around for them. I actually don't even know where all their locations are. And if I ever want to have a chance of getting or an S rank, I kind of need to know where I can find them. Because getting, you know, getting another 30 million is actually not that easy. Getting another 30 million in gold, or, you know, in money. Actually, hold on. That's kind of, a lot more work. But here's a golden mice. Those things are not changed. Although I don't know how I didn't get that. There we go. And yeah, they still drop their gems. So I'm just gonna try and collect as much money as I can before I continue. Okay. And now I think we can start this fight. Okay, so I have to rant a little bit because the vacuum has been changed quite a bit from the original. One thing I'm gonna talk about is the hitbox on this thing. It may not seem obvious at first, but trust me when I say that the hitbox on this vacuum has been reduced, and I also feel like it's narrower and smaller than in like the original. So unfortunately we are not able to like yeah, let me damn it. There we go. Man, I used to have like a lot of trouble with this ghost. I should probably... Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. I was moving the camera, or I was moving the 3DS around. That one's kind of a pain to get, but thankfully I didn't have too much trouble. But yeah, these little changes that they've done to the vacuum kind of affect things. And I'm just kind of talking about it through a different perspective, because I am a speedrunner of this game. And another big change that may not seem that big, but trust me, it's like such a huge difference because of how simple it used to be to capture ghosts. Yeah, and get that gold bar. The technique of catching ghosts really quickly used to be you just had to tug backwards, you know, from the direction of the ghost. But in this case, it's like tracking their movements while wiggling the frickin' control stick, you know, in like a U shape, or I don't know, making like half circles. But you know, it just doesn't work that well because we're having to constantly be tracking their movements. Yeah, and it just doesn't like work that fast. I don't know. It's just awkward and very, very inconsistent. I don't know. I just don't like it that much. Okay, so here's the boss, baby. Don't bother opening this. There's no heart. They pretty much replaced everything that usually gives you a heart into, like, a poison mushroom. So yeah, let's wake the baby. Wow, that was really quick. But yeah, these little changes, I just don't know, I just don't quite understand. Oh, wow. There we go. I just don't quite understand, like, why they had to do these changes. They changed the technique on how catching ghosts quickly work, and then they do, like, all these, like, small things to make the vacuum worse than it was. I don't really get it. After I beat this boss, I'm going to be talking a bit about how this game is like from a speedrunner's perspective. Okay, this game's getting a bit too loud. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Yeah, I'll explain a little bit from a speedrunner's perspective how this game is like. Also, I hate these things. Yeah, basically just run away and stay close to the wall. Okay, sure, you were waiting for that. Okay. So, we're gonna be attempting to 3-cycle this baby. Boing, boing, boing. And by 3-cycling, I mean he's gonna be going through 3 waves of attacks. Okay. Okay. I purposely did that. That's actually a speedrunning technique where we don't want the baby to be below 50 HP. I'm kind of not playing this casually, but at the same time I am because I have to, like, explore the mansion. So yeah, just kind of go in circles and... No, damn it! I was wiggling the thing. Ah. Okay, well, this is kind of what happens when you don't 3-cycle them. This should still... Oh no, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Okay, so, yeah. I don't really know at this point how I'm gonna be able to avoid all of these attacks. Wow. He's just relentless with these balls. Okay. Well. That was that. That was Chauncey right there. Yeah. That was not a lot of fun, really. Okay. So that unlocks the hallway on the bottom floor. I'm gonna be really working on this, like, realignment with the camera a bunch. Because I'm gonna be moving the 3DS around, but... So I guess to end off this video, we'll be continuing this playthrough, you know, in Area 2, and so and so on. But for the meantime, I'll be talking about, to end this video, I'm going to be talking about what this game's like from a speedrunner's perspective, because I have two perspectives of this game. I like to play the game both casually and go fast, but this game, unfortunately, there's just so many things that have been changed. It's unfortunately not a good game to speedrun anymore. Especially if you were wanting to do Hidden Mansion by yourself, which I will explain a little bit more about co-op, but yeah, it's just not a good game to speedrun anymore. All that potential that the game once had is just completely gone. It just doesn't exist anymore. I mean, there are a couple additions that they did that kind of, you know, are better, but again, it doesn't really make up for the fact that, like, all these little tricks that we use to exploit the game to go fast, like, they just don't exist anymore. Okay, so I think that's a bronze or something for the baby, because he was being a total I don't even know what word to use that won't offend anyone. A pain in the butt, because they need a lot of attention. Anyway. See how much money I got. 9.9 million. Okay, that's actually kind of a new record for me. I almost got 10 million. I don't think I was missing really anything important, but yeah. But there's a new mode called co-op, and that actually is something that I plan to do in the future, as I said before. In fact, I'll be doing like a co-op speedrun of this game, both for normal mansion and this hidden mansion. But we're not doing like S rank or anything. That's just for this playthrough. Because there is potential. There is a lot of potential that we didn't even explore yet. We haven't even explored like co-op. So, you know, there's just untapped potential waiting to be used and like unlocked, discovered, and used, you know. So I think that's all I'm going to like talk about when it comes to co-op, but just for the fact that speedrunning has been unfortunately it's just unfortunately not fun anymore, because like I said, everything is difficult, everything is slower. In fact, like all the loading times that you've probably noticed throughout this, just me entering the mansion, like that took 3 seconds of waiting. Meanwhile, the GameCube can load it in like a second from the laboratory. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this video. So next time we'll go through Area 2 of this game, and we'll be discovering some more of the changes that have been made from Grezzo games. Alright, see you guys later.